Here we have the disassembled roller assembly for the Cobblebot 3D printers. It's basically a bolt with a bearing. There should be a washer in between here, this washer right here, in between the two bearings, and then that completes this wheel assembly. Okay. The problem becomes when you actually attach these to a plate. You need the assembly to tighten way down. More importantly, there's these eccentric spacers that are used to assemble the carriage. So you have two fixed roller bearings and two roller bearings that use this eccentric spacer. So when you turn this to basically this off-center shaft, when you turn it, you want that to clamp onto the aluminum extrusion. You don't want that to move. The problem is this stops rotating if you tighten that, because the tolerances of using the as supply washer doesn't allow everything to tighten up. If you tighten it too much, these wheels lock up. The head of this bolt is a bigger diameter than this inner shaft, so it rubs on this casing. So just using this bolt by itself is a problem. It is too thick and it rubs on there. So I printed 0.2 millimeter washers to go on just a little bit, just to keep it away from the head. Okay, let me slip it on there. So that's it. It's just a little bit of thickness with the correct smaller diameter to go over the bolt to keep that head away from the bearing. Okay. Now, as far as inside, the supplied washer is also too thick, so it rubs in the casing on both sides of the bearing. So this diameter is too big. This is 10 millimeters. So I printed a replacement. It is also 1 millimeter thick. There is some play when you squeeze down ABS plastic. So I think it's probably 0.95 when I squeeze it all together and assemble it on the carriage. But the diameter here I set in Design Spark, which is what I designed it as. Let me just measure this. This is. It turns out that 7.5 millimeters equates to, given the inaccuracy of my MakerBot, to 8 millimeters. So I'm going to slide this inside. And one thing I found helpful, when the threads grab it, the next bearing I just use to keep it straight and push it in there. I'm going to put another spacer in there. I made a whole bunch. So here's another 0.2 thickness, and then you're going to either use an eccentric spacer, or you're going to use the spacer that's used to keep it steady. But this is fine. This is the right diameter. It doesn't seem to be hitting this shielding, but it's really close. So I put in another 0.2 washer in there. But when you use an eccentric spacer, it's going to rub. This is much bigger diameter. And so if you use that 0.2 mil shim or washer, whatever you can call them, that keeps it away. And tighten it against the carriage, and it is smooth. I tighten these way down, and there's no more vibration in the wheels. They're very quiet, and this is working out for me.